All right, guys, welcome back to Hobson's Choice Harleys. Today's been a crazy busy day. We're backing this out. This is the original Knucklehead project, and we're getting it out of the way, and probably tomorrow it goes away completely. I think we've got it sold. Hadn't planned on selling it, but guy really wanted it. And then if you look over here, this is what I did this morning. I went down to Socorro. It's about an 80-mile drive, and picked up this whole truckload of stuff. All kinds of stuff. We were done loading, ready to leave, and she said, well, why don't you come look in this other shed? So we went over there, and there was this 5-speed transmission. So that's a nice Dyna 5-speed. We've got crash bars. I've got an Evo complete rolling chassis. I've got a Shovelhead complete rolling chassis, a Shovelhead motor, a ratchet top transmission. We got wheels for days and boxes of assorted. So today's video, we're just going to uncrate all this stuff. We're going to stuff it anywhere we can stuff it, because I couldn't even get around the shop last week, and now I got another truckload of parts. So game on. Never a dull minute here at Hobson's Choice Harleys. If you guys are watching this video and anything tricks your trigger and you need it, let me know. Most all of it is for sale, especially that 5-speed transmission. So we're just going to unload. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Okay, so we're good? Yeah, I had a guy here looking for these rotors. There's 6 of them. He only wanted 2. So all that work we did on the invaders, that's a complete set. So that's a $500 piece right there. Probably $600 with the swing arm. But this swing arm will mount onto that frame. And we got to put a wheel on that frame. So we'll get to it when we get to it. The wheels, no. Yeah, so that's a star hub. Believe it or not, that wheel's worth $500 because of the hub. So that can stay. Well, we can go out here. Trash, trash. Just hang on to it so it doesn't go flying. So this is a Softail motor. So it's an Evo motor, but it's a rigid frame. So this could be a bike like Softail Sally, but it's rigid.
All right.
Okay, so we're gonna try and get her down, and we're gonna wheel right over to the tree trunk and lean her against it. So we're just gonna go down and we're gonna lean her against the tree trunk. Okay, so get a little farther. Whoa. Okay, we're going to let gravity bring the rear end down. Okay. So before we do anything with this frame, we got to get that engine and transmission out of it. So let me just set this here. Wow, it's still got oil in it. Okay. Okay, stop. Oh. And stop. Oh, so this is an 80-spoke wheel too. Oh, that's cool. All right, see if this will pull out of here. It will. Hang on to it. Oh, that monster.
Yeah.
Here.
That's it.
All right, guys, so we got the truck unloaded. We're going to kind of show you some of the treasures, and then we're going to do unload box by box. So if you look here, we got a complete Shovelhead motor. Here's your lower end. Didn't realize it, but it's still full of oil. Don't know what was wrong with it. We'll have to tear it all out, but it's good that it had oil. So here's your lower end. Here's your upper end. So we got the jugs, the heads, the rocker boxes. They're all complete. I've got the push rods. I've got the nose cone. I got all that somewhere. I've seen it. Over here we got 3 windshields. One of them still in plastic. I think this is for a touring bike. I'm not going to open that yet. Bunch of clutch hub parts. Somebody last week was looking for 11.5 rotors. There's 5 there. There's another 4 or 5 there. A couple sprockets, chain sprockets, belt sprockets, clutch assemblies. There's several there. Looks like an old Mikuni carburetor. So that was one section. We got this box of stuff that I don't even know. There's a, sure that's an aftermarket, maybe not. It's a Hydroglide front. And this whole box looks to be full of pipe, as well as saddlebag guardrails. Those are pretty nice. So we're going to dissect the boxes one at a time once we do the summary. Over here, I got 6 or 7 sets of bars. I already had a dozen sets. These are kind of cool. So these are 1.5 inch one-piece bars. Step down for your controls. Those are some kind of cool stuff. A couple sets of beach bars, buckhorn. These are really cool too for you chopper guys. Jackrabbit bars with the stem adapter, so that'll fit pretty much any Springer, which is pretty cool. If I'm not mistaken, yeah. So that will fit. I mean, those would actually even fit on my knuckle. I'm not going to run them on it, but chopper shit, man. Somebody's looking for some cool chopper stuff. The Jackrabbit bars don't hang around very long. They tend to fly off the shelf. Over here, we got all these wheels. I had these 3 tubs of parts about 50% empty. And then all the loose stuff, I just ended up filling it up. So we got Softail seats and Lapera seats and more pipes and I don't even know, sissy bars. I've got a couple sets of AMF wheels. So I think those are 9 spokes, 11 spokes. I don't know. There's the front. There's the rear. So there's a matching set of AMF mags. I've got this really cool drum brake chopper wheel. Don't know what it is. It's not necessarily Harley. It's chopper stuff. It's a cool wheel. It's kind of, this one's a 21-inch dual disc, 80 spoke, twisted spoke. That's a really cool wheel for a chopper. And then the ones that I got excited about, the old lady says I'm crazy, is those are true star hubs from 60, to be 65 or older. So that's pre-Shovelhead. Those are Panhead and older stars. So there's one star. That's a newer flanged wheel, but spoke wheels are always nice. Here's another star hub. It's blown out, but the hub's good. And it doesn't look like it's wallowed out. So there's another star hub. Here's another 21-inch spoke single disc. So you could run that off a dyno or something with an 11.5-inch rotor. So cool set, bunch of wheels. We'll go through and clean those up. Over here, more fenders. It's kind of funny. I sold a bunch of stuff last week. I sold that brake light assembly. I found another one, and today I pick up yet another one. So we got that rear fender. We've got just a typical Shovelhead rear fender and front fender that have kind of a funky paint job, but kind of neat, the two-tone purples. And then another set of Fat Bob Shovelhead tanks. They are, I think they're aftermarket. Yeah, so they've got the 90-degree on the fuel lines, so that means they're aftermarket. But they're a sound set of tanks. Somebody needs something to get down the road on there. There's nothing wrong with those tanks. So we got all that stuff. And then what we really have to dissect, because I looked at a little bit, everything on the floor here came out of that pile I bought today. So all of these boxes we're going to go through. I got another Super Glide front end complete, which is pretty cool. Dual disc. Over here I got 2 more lower legs. These are OEM HD with the calipers attached for a dual disc. We got all those upper legs. They're kind of beat up, but some of them can be used. Got a ratchet top transmission that freely spins, kicker rolls. I don't think there's anything wrong with that transmission other than a little bit of spit and polish. as we were leaving, she said, well, look over in this red shed. In the red shed was a Dyna 5-speed transmission, and it rolls. So it's smooth, no clanking, no cluttering. So we got a couple transmissions out of the deal. And then, like I said, we've got these 2 boxes full of parts that are just, I know I got a couple Super E carburetors in there. Got an Evo primary. Got a Ford Mustang steering wheel insert. A lot of neat stuff. There's several of the Shovelhead dashes, kicker pedals. Those are kind of a cool set of risers. Those might end up being Knucklehead risers. I don't know. That's kind of cool, guys. What do you think? Might work. So I got that set of those. And really, that's about all I saw uncrating, because we were just throwing stuff in the truck. We got the truck so loaded down and barreled over. The lady laughed when we pulled in my pickup. She's like, so who's coming behind you with the trailer? Because I had got pictures, but I didn't have any idea that there was this amount of stuff. So, you know, those might get cleaned up and used. In fact, those might get cleaned up and used and get painted the same color as the tanks and the fenders. Kind of a neat look. We'll see. We're gonna have to figure out how to get them on and off. So I appreciate you guys watching. So that was today's score. We're actually going to tear into these. Before we did, let me show you the main reason I went down there. Actually, it was that Shovelhead motor. That Shovelhead transmission was worth the price of admission. Then you come out here, got this Softail frame with wheels on it, front end, wide glide, ultra front end. That's a really nice front end. So that'll take an Evo, shovel, pan. You pretty much make anything you want out of that. And I also got this AMF. I'm sure I haven't ran it, but this is an early Shovelhead Harley frame. So this is true Harley, Shovelhead, wide glide, dual disc front end, round swing arm, mid-star hub from a generator shovel with the hydraulic brakes. I mean, that right there is almost a bike. Between that and the parts I picked up, I could build a couple bikes out of today's stuff that we picked up. So all in all, today was a great day, and stay tuned. We're gonna go through a couple boxes and see what other goodies we found. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, so we're playing. We're gonna get to some of the boxes. Just want to do a recap on the Knuckle. Video came out this morning. A couple guys were really cool about talking about this as being a rear wheel. The tread and the composition of the rubber, it is not supposed to be on the front. Actually, I'm not going to worry too much about it. This isn't going to be an 80-mile-an-hour on the freeway job. I could pull this tire off, put it on the back, get a new front tire. Not too concerned. If I get the bike rolling this way, I'm going to. But I really appreciate the advice. It's, you know, I definitely don't want to be hammering down the road, and the tracking is going to be a little odd. Of course, I've also got this Springer, which is a stock style Springer without the tensioner. This ain't a handling bike, man. This is an 80-year-old Knucklehead. This is a tool around town, 4-speed transmission, you know, 30 and 40 miles an hour around town, out on some of the backcountry highways around here, 55 or 60. But yes, I definitely am going to watch that this rear tire, pay attention. Cool stuff. I did get my front fender. So this is the fender to mount exactly to that stock flavor Springer. Going to look really cool. And like we said in our last video, I am going to outfit this with a hydraulic caliper on this side. So I've got an 11 1/4 caliper. I haven't test fit any of this because I have to pull this wheel off to get the fender on. The fender mounts up under here, and then it comes around your rocker boxes. So it's the fitting on that's going to be tight. So I'm going to play with that. Other thing I got just because I wanted to was the cool black luggage rack that fits it. So that's pretty. And then I was digging through the parts I didn't even realize I had, and it's repop, but you ain't going to find one that isn't. That is the 1940 through 46 beehive tail light, which would have been on this Knucklehead. You can find the repops. They're wanting $600-700, or not the repops, the original ones. They're wanting $600-700 bucks if you can find them. So yeah, it's chrome. It's got plastic lenses. I'm a V-Twin dealer. V-Twin is back ordered. You can't even buy these as repops. I think they have the black ones that you can get, but the chrome ones you can't even get as repops. So, you know, it's gonna work. The other thing I went ahead and did is I bought the correct style kickstand. So that's your rear kickstand, and I do have the spring clip that holds it up. I'm going to run a side jiffy stand like you would on a normal shovel or pan, but having this back here is pretty cool. I don't know if I can get this down and alley-oop this machine up on a rear stand, but having everything the way it should be and the way it came off the factory visually, it's going to be cool. So we got the rear stand, we got the beehive, we got the luggage rack, fenders are correct, frame is correct, engine and transmission are all OEM, numbers matching, title, it's sharp. Wheels we're playing with, but it's going to be a beautiful knuckle. We keep playing with that, and I appreciate you guys watching, commenting, and especially like the safety advice about the back wheel on the front wheel. Stuff like that's good. I don't know close to all of Harley. I'm learning every day, so I appreciate everybody's input. We're going to inventory what we got here on film, kind of go through this stuff, and then our next video will probably be back on the FLT, tearing it down and just doing what we do here at Hobson's Choice Harleys. So keep watching.